Hey there everyone, Jonathan Silva here, Pragmatic Works. What I want to do in this video here today is actually go through something I had a virtual mentoring session on not too long ago. And that was to go ahead and send out recurring emails utilizing Outlook. Now the request was, I want to be able to do it without using any third-party connectors, without purchasing anything else. I want to find a way to just do it for free. Well, lucky for us, there is a free way for us to send out those recurring emails from Outlook whenever we want them to go out. So here we are at Outlook in the cloud. What I'm going to do here is set up a way to go ahead and send out these emails all the time. Let's say, we want to send out reminders for upcoming projects, expense reports, or even remind myself to go pay a bill. Right? I want to be able to do all of that for free with my normal login information that I already have here at work. Now, inside of Outlook, there really isn't a way for us to send out those recurring emails, but there is a way for us to do that utilizing Power Automate. So in order for us to get that accomplished, what we can do is let's go over here in Outlook to the app launcher in the top left corner here. A lot of us call this the waffle, and you can kind of see why. And once you open up the waffle in the corner, what we want to utilize is Power Automate. When we open up Power Automate, it's going to give us this new tab in our browser session, and it's going to take us to make.powerautomate.com, where we can go ahead and build out our workflow automations. If you want to see more information on how to do all the other really cool stuff within Power Automate, I have an entire series here on YouTube dedicated to all the beginning stages of working with Power Automate. But for us here today, what we of course want to focus on is sending out those recurring emails. So what we could do is head on over to this create area here in our left-hand navigation pane. And then we can go ahead and choose how we want those emails or reminders, whatever we want to choose, to go out. We can decide, do we want to have it automated based on some event that occurs? Do I want it to send out every time I say play and run the workflow here, or on a schedule? And of course, for these recurrences, that's exactly what we're going to choose in this case. And then we can go ahead and choose how to name our workflow. So I'm going to go ahead here and say send recurring emails weekly. Let's say I want to send out a reminder of, an upcoming project of something that I have. So I can just go ahead and send these recurring emails. I can choose when this is going to begin. So let's say I want it to begin today or tomorrow or Monday, whenever we want this to go. So we can go ahead and choose a starting point, and I'll just choose Monday morning. And I want it to go out at, let's say, 9 o'clock in the morning. Now from this original interface, I'm just choosing a starting day and then a starting time. But in the next series, the next stage that we can have, we can customize this to a time zone if we want, or a very, very specific timing. Then I can decide here to repeat once a minute or once a month, once a week, a day, however I want that to run. Let's say I want it to run once a week, and I really only want it to run on Mondays. So I can come here and designate the exact days that I want it to run. You can see here on Monday every week at 9 o'clock in the morning. So here we can go ahead and select create, and this is going to start up our automated workflow here with Power Automate. Notice that everything's being done from the cloud interface. So the website here for Power Automate, again, just like we would log into Office 365 or Outlook or Teams, all online. And then if I select this recurrence right in the middle, this square rectangle right in the middle, we could see here all of the parameters that I might want to edit about that recurrence. This is called a trigger here with Power Automate. When do I want the workflow to run? So I can change my interval from once a week to twice a week to whatever it may be. I can choose my time zone if I like here. You can see a list of all time zones around the world if I want. If you don't choose a time zone, it'll use your system settings automatically as the default time zone for you. I'm here in the East Coast of the United States, so it's going to use Eastern US for me. But if I were to choose a different one, I can just go ahead and designate it right here. Okay, I could choose my start time again on the days, at specific hours if I want to put more intervals, especially at these minutes as well. You could see just typing in a number. Okay, I'm going to leave it here for now, keep it pretty simple, but you can come in here and customize this to whatever you want really in the end. Then what I want to do on this recurring schedule is go ahead and send an email. So what we get to do here is just add an action here with Power Automate, and it's quite literally send an email. I want to use Outlook, so I can either type in and search for send an email or search for Outlook, because that's what I'm using is Outlook for Office 365, because of course that's our business edition. And then I can come here and say, oh, Office 365 Outlook. I can choose some of these here. They're just kind of showing up, or I can select see more and see all of the things we can do with Office 365 Outlook, like send an email. There it is. If you scroll down here, you can see all the other things we do, like deleting emails and flagging emails, getting calendars and contacts, and all these other things we want to use. But let's keep it simple here for today and choose send an email. Now I can go ahead and sign in. If it's the first time I'm using this connector for Office 365 Outlook, I can choose to sign in. It's going to utilize my single sign in here with Microsoft, so I'll go ahead and sign in with my account information here. I may need to go ahead and use the Authenticator app, but usually it just goes right through here with that single sign in enabled. And then once it does that, signing me in now, I'll go ahead and be able to send an email directly from this service, just like it would if I were to write it up in Outlook. All right, so here we are. We can now come in here and decide how we want to send this email. If I want to send it to myself or anybody inside of my organization, let's say it's for business purpose, of course, we can come in here and just start typing in email addresses or typing in someone's name, and it's going to look them up. Now I'm using a different account here, so I'll just choose the admin here, and I can choose my admin, my administrator account here, and I can pull it up like that. But you can go ahead and just search for a person by name or by email, and it will show up from here right internally. So you could just click like this, and then that's what it's going to send it to. If I wanted to send it to multiple people, I can just come in here and start typing in multiple names. You can see it's just going to list all of the users inside of the organization, just like we would have in Outlook. It's quite literally the same interface. If I were to come here and send an email and I do the same thing, notice I have the same results that I get just like I have here in Outlook. So now we can decide, do I want to send it to one, to many? Do I want to send it to a group of people? If you have your Outlook group set up, all of that's here for us. It's really great to have. Then you can choose your subject. Reminder of your upcoming project. Make sure to get the project done ASAP. Put something in there silly, but you can see how easy it is, because what you're doing is you're sending out this email on this recurring schedule all by itself. So you don't have to worry about, giving yourself another reminder. This is going to do it for you. I'm just sending it to myself in this case, but you can have this sent out to whomever you want inside your organization or outside, because you could just type in an email address here as well and send it to people outside of the company too. So if follow up for sales calls, for meetings, all of that, you can set the stage here to do all of that for us, just like this. Now, all you'll need to do is go ahead and save, and it's done. It's going to wait till that exact time, and it's going to send that email. Now for us here, let's go ahead and test to make sure this is actually going to be what we want. So I'm just going to click up here in the upper right-hand corner next to save and test this. It's essentially saying, hey, that time has just now hit. Let's go ahead and send out that email. So let's see what the email looks like when I send it to that address. I'll click on this manually option, and then I'm going to choose test, the button at the bottom. Sometimes we get a couple more buttons here to run the flow or select done, like they popped up there. Then we'll make sure it goes. And you can see here, check, check. That means things are great. I have this banner at the top saying my flow ran successful. So now if I go to my email, I just got the email sent from Power Automate from me. So it's always coming from who creates the workflow. Now there are ways for us to send on behalf of or send as someone else. We'll cover that in another video, but this one just comes straight from me. And now at that schedule, I get this email. So there you have, really simple way of sending that recurring email. But what if you want to send information to multiple people, but it might be different pieces of information for each of those important people that you have? Like, for instance, I have here in my OneDrive a list of projects in Excel. And what I want to do is read the list of projects in Excel and send to those people the information about that project. You could see here, I have the name of the user, I have their email address, I have the project name, and I have the due date. Well, one of the great things about working with Power Automate, sending out these recurring emails of events that are happening or whatever we want, is we can utilize all of these cells, the columns, the rows of information stored in the table, anywhere we have it, and send that inside of our email as well. So we can come in here and say, the email address, I want to use this email and send to those individuals. I want to say good morning to their name. I want to tell them the exact project, and I want to pass in the due date as well. We can do all of that from Power Automate, just like we'd write it in a normal email. So I'm going to come here back to my workflow, my other tab here. You can see the one that we just got to work. I'll come here and then just choose edit in the top right. And when we do that, we're just going to add in one step in between us starting the flow, this trigger we have on the schedule, and sending the email. And the in-between step that we have is to go read off of that Excel file. So I'm going to come in here, click that plus sign to add a step in between, and I'm going to just go ahead and go Excel Online. You can see right here, Excel Online Business is right here for us. I'm going to choose that. And the option I want to do is list rows present in a table. So you'll see here, my file here, my Excel file, this is all formatted as a table. It can read the table. In fact, if I were to click in the table and go to my table design, I could see the table name here in the top left corner. It's going to search for that table name, figure out what rows do we want to utilize, and then pass them through the workflow. So I can come in here and choose list rows present in table. It's going to make another connection just like we had with Outlook. It's the same idea. It's all Microsoft applications here, so our single sign-on should be enabled as well. And now here we are. We're going to go ahead and list the rows at that file. I have to say, where is the file located? So let's go ahead and point to OneDrive. Which document library? Is there a folder specifically that I have it in, or is it just in the main folder, the root folder itself? So let's go ahead and go to OneDrive, and then which specific file do I have? Then I can go to my folders here, and there's my project list. See here my little folder icon, and if I have subfolders, I could choose here. There's my project list. And then I can go to my table. Which table do I want to use? Okay, again, it has to be formatted as a table for that Excel file. There's my project list. And now what we could do is we're listing all the rows. And if we want to be able to utilize information from all those rows, I just come back into my email and I can just pass that in here. So in the subject, reminder of your upcoming project, I can do that, but let's say just want to change the body, right? And in the body itself, let's say I could go hi, and then I could put the name of the person here, this column's worth of information. So I'll use this lightning bolt right here for our dynamic content. So it finds it dynamically based on the rows that are there. And I can see there's the name column. So I'm going to pass that in. Now watch what happens the moment I click on name. The second I click on name, what happens with my email action here is it gets this thing that's wrapped around it, this for each loop wrapped around it. Essentially what it's saying is for each row on the Excel file, we're going to send a separate email because the rows are unique. The emails are going to be unique. So for each row, send a separate email. So I'm going to say for the first one's going to send to me. The next is going to send to Nate or Matt or whomever it might be from my Excel sheet there. I can customize these emails for each row inside of that table. And so now it's going to have the name of the person. And I'm going to say, this is a reminder of your upcoming project called, and I can put in the project name here, right here, just as dynamic as the name, called that, which is due on, and guess what? I have a due date. I'll pass that in. Okay, and now I can do that, and it's even more specific to what we have specifically coming from that information. So if you're doing this from project, Microsoft project, you could pull that just like an Excel sheet. If you're doing it from Excel or SharePoint list or another data table, you can pull all that information here and send those emails, those reminders each time dynamically to whomever you want. Okay, so I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna change this reminder of your upcoming project. I'll do test in this case. Okay, just so I know that this is a test email, of course. And I'll put that reminder of your upcoming project just like that. I can change this instead of sending it to my account there. Let me go ahead and make it dynamic. I'm gonna send it to everybody. Now it's gonna send to my other two. So I already told them about it, so they're waiting for it. I'm gonna go ahead and switch right here to advanced mode so I can pass in the information dynamically, just like I have down here. If I switch to advanced mode, I can click here and now my lightning bolt shows up. So if I switch back again to edit to basic mode, I just search for somebody. Advanced mode lets me pass in that email address right here, and I can go ahead and put in email. So it's now for each email, we're gonna send a different one for each different row we have. And now I can do the exact same thing I had before, save and test this, and let's see what we get here for our result. I'm gonna go ahead and click test. We're gonna do another manual test it here, run the flow, click on done, and I should have this go out 3 times because I have 3 rows on my table here. If I had 30, I'd get 30 emails. If I get 300 emails. I can send these out, boom, boom, boom. All those emails have been sent out. Let's take a look at the one I got to my email. All right, I just got it now, and here it is. There's the email I've just received. You can see here, sent specifically to my work email account. See, it's different there. I have my name, there's my project, and the correct due date. Let's make sure that is correct. Yeah, there it is. Perfect for us there to be able to see all that information. You can see it sent out here from Power Automate. 1 of 3 here in our loop. So for each of 3 rows, I got 1, 2, and 3 sent out from Power Automate, from Outlook really, so that we can make sure that that is exactly what we need when we want it to go each and every single time. So if you want more information on working with Power Automate, definitely check out my beginner series here on YouTube. It's free. Go ahead and check it out so you can get more information, not just on these apply to each or these loops that are here, but working with dynamic content, different types of triggers, and different ways we can set up that flow. And if you have any other questions or anything else, definitely come and ask us about our virtual mentoring so we can have maybe your next issue, your problem that we're working with set up for a future YouTube video. All right, everyone, I'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging out. See you there.